Welcome to Dishing the Dirt. My name is Vince.
And my name is Aaron, and we are bringing you the very first show for the season. We're going to take you to speedways all across New Zealand. You're going to see what's going on in the pits. You're going to see a whole heap of racing.
And on top of that, we're going to have a lot of laughs. There's heaps of funny speedway characters that we're going to get along with, and some unsuspecting victims in the public too. That's just what we like to do here at G16. But more importantly, what is coming up on this episode?
Mate, on this episode, we're going to take you, the fans, to Ohakia for Winged Thunder 10.
And I've got a point to prove in my Mitsubishi Colt.
And one of us is going to get to drive a modified.
That's correct. We'll also let you know what else is coming up later in the season. But for now, let's get into the action.
Harrisville was created by Brent Harris out of pure passion of speedway. This track offers competitors the opportunity to test their cars, improve driving and racing skills.
Have that sign in the background for us?
Harrisville is more than a speedway track, it's a destination and the home of Winged Thunder.
Man, look at this, this is awesome. Check out this place, check out this crowd. Sun is beginning to shine through. This is absolutely awesome. Harrisville, Winged Thunder, number 10.
When Brent Harris started building his own speedway track in a paddock, people thought he was crazy. Now Harris is having the last laugh as drivers come from near and far to race at his Easter event. Something of an outlaw, Harris has built the facility to such a high standard, drivers say it is some of the best racing you'll see in New Zealand. The world's first winged car, known as a winged sprint car, was created and driven by Jim Cushman at the Columbus Motor Speedway in Ohio in 1958. Sprint cars have a very high power to weight ratio with weights of approximately 640 kg including the driver and power outputs of 900 horsepower, which give them a power to weight ratio besting that of a contemporary Formula One car.
Okay, so we're standing here just on turn 2 at Harrisville. The wind's sort of coming in, pushing all over the fans, all over this side. But I don't see anyone complaining. This is Speedway. Speedway fans are hardy. Aaron, how you enjoying yourself?
Loving it.
Okay, so typically these things are powered by a naturally aspirated, methanol-injected, overhead valve V8 engine with a displacement of 410 cubic inches and capable of engine speeds approaching 9,000 RPM. Depending on the mechanical setup and the track layout, these cars can achieve speeds in excess of 260 kilometers an hour.
Okay, Michael Pickens, a 1NZ sprint car. You're doing double duty here today at Harrisville?
Yeah, certainly are.
Magic, mate. So it's been obviously an awesome season. We're coming to the end of our speedway season now, but this event here, she's just a little bit special, eh? This place is pretty cool.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a one-off for us. A bigger track than what we normally run on, no mufflers, and definitely stretch the legs of both the midget and the sprint car. So appreciate Brent and his family for what they do to put this event on.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we all have fun here. So as I said, it's been a great season. Obviously got the 1NZ on the sprint car. How does that go with you? You're very, very experienced and all of that sort of stuff. Do you feel the pressure of carrying the number and things like that?
And it's probably a bit of pride to, carry that number because it's something that every single driver wants to win. That's a New Zealand title. So to get my first one in the sprint car was really special, and to carry that number one, we certainly do it with a hell of a lot of pride.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for taking the time, Michael, and all the best for your day here today at Harrisville.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we're here. This is the heart and soul of the operation here. So this place is absolutely incredible. Got a big, massive barbecue pit place over there where I know that they're going to do some awesome food over there later on. And behind us here, we've got the Harrisville Speedway shop. All sorts of really cool things to buy when you come out to this place. Over on the other side there, we've got a little bit of a restaurant, and then in behind me here, and we're going to show you very shortly, there is a really, really awesome bar. Okay, so it's only the middle of the day, so I haven't actually been drinking yet. That's pretty cool in there. We're going to get in there later on, have a couple of beers after the racing, have a good chat about today's Speedway action. This place is wicked. And for those of you who didn't actually know, you can actually hire this venue. So you can come out here, you can have your own sort of party. And I do actually know a few Speedway drivers that are planning on actually having their wedding here. So the next one that I know of is a street stock driver by the name of Aaron Wilton, and he is planning on coming out here, getting married in this place, and then the other thing they're going to do on their wedding day is they're going to take their street stocks out there and let their wedding guests have a bit of a spin around the track. So that's going to be absolutely awesome to see. The day started out a little bit cloudy, but the sun's starting to come out now. The racing's good, the place is good. Harrisville, Wing Thunder 10. Mike Dawes here from the Mike and Cole show. You're at a Speedway track. What's going on, mate?
Have I lost you already? Well, you make it sound really hard. Just shut up and go.
The motorsport show petrol heads have been waiting for.
Yeah, well, we've got Cole Armstrong here today, who's somehow slipped his way into a sprint car. I'm feeling actually a little bit left out because I'm not driving anything right now. Apparently tomorrow is my day, which I'm fine with that because I've got no liability. But Cole's going to be racing on one of these bad boys. Apparently they're like 700-800 horsepower at 600 plus sort of kg. What a handful.
Mate, these things are absolute beasts. He's going to have a ball out there, that's for sure. Okay, so you guys cracked out your very first season of the Mike and Cole show last year. It was on your MotorHub app and also was also on Sky as well. Pretty big achievement, getting a show on TV. So, and you tell me that there's going to be definitely more.
Yeah, I don't quite know how that happened either. I think they're must have slipped under the radar there at Sky TV. But yeah, season one's done and dusted, mate. And now we can sort of learn everything. I've learned from our mistakes in season one. And be able to prepare for something a lot bigger for season two. That's actually why we're here today. So we're filming our very first episode, which is with LAB star singer Joel. And then this is our Ripco on Tour segment where Cole and I are going to be driving sprint cars and midgets. That's if we can actually fit in the midgets. We're having some issues because obviously too tall, you know. So just trying to do something a little bit different for season two, which seems to be coming together nicely.
Sweet. Well, I know Speedway, I absolutely appreciate having you guys involved because we're always trying to capture as much attention as we possibly can, so it's great that you guys are here. But how much fun is it hanging out with all these celebrities? You had Joseph Parker, Tammy Davis, the legendary Greg Murphy on the show. Man, geez, living your best life.
Bro, I fanboy hard too. So it's a crack up. So Joe walks into the studio and I'm just like, hey Joe, what's up, bro?
No, it's not my mum. It's Joseph Parker.
But internally I'm going, woo, fangirl. That's crack up. But these people are amazing. Like, I mean, you have this expectation for when you meet them and then they come onto the show and they are the nicest, humblest people I've even come across. What seems to be surprising for me is that not just about how much they're giving coming on the show, but how much they're helping afterwards. So Joe Parker's like, bro, who do you want on the show? Joel from LAB, Machu from 660, and these guys are just ringing each other like, bro, do you want to come drifting? Do you want to come circuit racing? And all of these things are just accumulating into just a package of a show that's just full of superstars. So,
absolutely, mate. And you guys are obviously going to have a little bit of a crack on the dirt. I guess one day we'll have to try and get one of the superstars of our sport over to your show and see if they could do a bit of drifting on the tarmac.
Wouldn't that be? Who would be the candidate for that?
I reckon you should be having a talk to the likes of Michael Pickens or Jamie Larson or the brand new 1NZ modified champion Luke Brown. He's up your way as well. These guys, I reckon they'd relish the opportunity to get out there and make some smoke. Cole Armstrong, mate. What do you reckon? Just to practice, but what do you reckon?
Just to practice, but sick, man. Absolutely insane. Like, just to feel the grip that the cars have, and then just see, like, obviously the guys come past me at a rate of knots. Zach's telling me, don't give a shit until it's hot enough. I'm like, everyone's going. Like, can I not go? But nah, awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously with these things, the faster you go, the more grip you've got. How does that compare to what you do in your drift car?
Exactly the same, you know. The faster we go, the more throttle you got, the more pickup they have, you know. So it's kind of the very same aspect. It's just I'm on dirt and it's not my car, and they're a big stagger in there. But it was real cool to feel like when you did turn into the turn, you touched the brake, and the car wanted to turn in, and it wanted to have throttle to pick it up. So it was a good feeling to have.
Brad Lane coming off the back of the New Zealand champs, a little bit disappointing for you guys, obviously with the tyre going down in the final.
I'd say if he doesn't pull in, he will end up spinning himself shortly.
Yeah, obviously it's part of racing and you can't do much about it. That was obviously out of our control. I believe we run something over quite early in the race, so sort of just held on as long as we could, and then when that caution came out, it was obviously at the wrong time and the tyre went down, and that was our night.
Really pushing those tyres. Don't know if he's going to last the distance.
Fox is making ground. We're going to get a yellow.
Oh,
this is
32 spins.
In front of the leader too. So we are...
that closes the gap. Success there for him either.
The tyre disintegrated on the 1NZ down the back straight.
Let's forget about all of that, mate. Today we are here at the amazing Harrisville, and you're not driving this today, mate. Let's go over here. You were driving this thing, so tell us a little bit about this.
Yes, obviously it's a sprint car. We gave Zane a drive in the old farm truck probably about 3 years ago, so he's given us the opportunity to drive his sprint car here at Harrisville, and I said yes, so here we are today. Okay, Zane Cooper, the 19A, you've lent your car out to Brad this weekend.
Yeah, I ran his car a couple of seasons ago, and so it was only time to pay it back. And it's good to see him in something different compared to the modified.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Brad's having he's having an absolute ripper of a time out there. The smile on the dial's pretty damn big. Brave man passing the car over to our thrill seeker mate Brad Lane. Nice talking to you, and I hope your nerves are okay watching him blat around in your car for the rest of the day.
So Cole, Armstrong, and Brad Lane have their very first race in a sprint car here at Harrisville. Wing Thunder 10.
This stuff, it looks really good, mate. Do I look good?
Yeah, mate, you look great. Yeah, but while we're here, I think we should test it.
Test it? What do you mean test it?
Like, just test it. You just have to stand there.
Is that all we're going to do?
Just stand there, all right? Just stand there. Just stand there.
They work real good. They works real good. I'm telling you. You've got to get over to G16 sport.co.nz and get yourself some of these outrageously good dust-proof glasses.
Enough about that. I'm going to take us back to Harrisville for something a little different. Motorsport is in a constant state of metamorphosis, with technological advancements being announced even as often as daily, all claiming to squeeze out that extra millisecond of performance. But is it really necessary? Does it really matter? Or would a car like the one your parents used to drive suffice? See, I think it might. I think a regular road car would do just as well around a track. So to test my theory, I'm taking a car to Harrisville. But not just any road car.
A sleek image of power. A cataclysm of functionality and beauty. A slipstream of evolutionary prowess. But most of all, a car that says, I have no need to compensate for anything.
My 2009 Mitsubishi Colt.
But we had to get it to the track first, and that was proving to be a little difficult.
Am I allowed to be fabulous?
Yeah, you can be fabulous.
Cool. I'm just going to take these out now.
Okay.
Shut the f*** up.
After a relatively interesting start, I finally got the ramp thingies on properly. And then it was time to fetch the Colt. The ramp thingies appeared to be a bit more difficult to drive up than they were to put on.
It's so steep. Oh no! It smells so bad. I might need a new clutch.
But then I spotted something that was definitely Aaron's fault.
You're awesome, mate. Thanks.
What did I do?
Mate, just maybe take a close up of the bonnet.
Were you not looking at your bonnet?
I was listening to you. You're not telling me to come forward.
There's not much damage. It'll buff out.
Oh, no, it's a proper scratch. Oh, the resale value just plummeted. Oh, no.
Can I help?
Yeah. Tell me to do it.
Lucky for me, Aaron was there to save the day with the strops. Or so I thought.
What are you laughing at?
Oh dear.
No. You should be wearing a hat. Oh, you're the one who will complain during editing. All I can say is my bald spot.
At least I know how to do this part. That's what they teach you in man school.
Then Aaron had a good idea.
I think you need to investigate whether or not you actually have a hook in the front of your car.
Okay. There's a meshy looking thing.
Yeah, let's hook it to the radiator.
Unless we go over the central drive shaft.
No, let's not do that either.
Oh, is that not a good idea?
No. Okay. No, we're good?
No, we're good, mate. No, we're good.
All right.
After a painfully slow start to the day, we were finally on the road, and I was confident my little wee car was about to blow decades of technological evolution to smithereens. As I pulled into Harrisville, I got a few strange looks, but I'm pretty sure I know exactly why.
You can tell everyone was pretty intimidated when I rocked on up. All looking, scared. Oh yeah! Yeah, feel that?
So this baby, it's Mitsubishi Colt 2009 1.5 litre. It's 100 brake horsepower, which is the equivalent of about 100 broken horses. Not really much else to say other than it's super quick and surprisingly peppy. So one thing you can tell when a car is really powerful is that it has plastic zip ties keeping on the wheel covers. Check out those babies. Now that is so your hubcaps don't come flying off because of all the power under the hood. So when you're racing around the track as fast as I will be, you get blisters on your hands, so it's important to wear gloves. One thing that gives these this Mitsubishi Colt a bit of an edge over the rest is this tread on the tyre. It's not over-engineered, it's actually quite shallow, so I'll just slide over the surface. And these babies, they set you back about $120 each, so go through quite a few of those each Friday night out the back of the airports. I'm testing a road car, but there are little things that give us just a little bit of edge, and one of those things is, of course, the fluffy dice. If you have a look in here, have a look in there at on my speedometer. So if you have a look at my speedometer there, it goes up to 180. That's an indication of how fast this thing goes, so I'll be reaching that on the back straights, and not many speedway cars can say they do that. One thing with road cars is there's a lot of gauges and stuff, so I've got my gauges here. On the left here, if you have a look, we've got the NOS. I believe that's for nitrous oxide solution, and then on the other side, turbo. Yeah. I want to get in and have a look at this here. Well, you can see quite a major dent there. So that obviously was quite a huge impact from a supermarket trolley, but you know, rubbing's racing. This baby is actually hugely, really environmentally friendly. I'll show you why. If you look under here, see you've got the oil just here. So the oil, because it's in there, it's not in the oceans killing our seabirds. Another great benefit, some drivers have tearaways. Just like, what's the point of that crap when you can have wiper fluid? Yeah, that's right, wiper fluid.
Even though the Colt has an excellent safety rating, I don't like to take any chances with my safety. As you can see, only the best safety devices will do.
Let's go do this.
G16 Nation. G16 Nation, the hot new social media platform for lovers of dirt track racing. Get access via g16sport.co.nz and create your account now. Stay up with the play by checking out the latest posts on your newsfeed. Share your thoughts, photos or videos by making a post yourself. Find new friends and follow what they post. Message other members in a private chat or add more people for a group chat. Check out and join the groups that interest you or create your own. Fully customize your profile to reflect your personality. Connect with members of the Speedway community and be part of something great. Visit g16sport.co.nz now to sign up and become a member today.
So as you can see, G16 Nation is going to be great, so make sure you register for that and get onto it now.
Now we're going to take you guys back to Wing Thunder 10, and you're going to get to see the likes of Brad Lane and Cole Armstrong in a sprint car, and also get to see Skinny Coulson have a very bad accident at his very last meeting. I was in Harrisville, in amongst the thick of it, as the crowds poured in for Winged Thunder 10. After checking out some of the wicked surroundings and facilities, the sprint cars and their drivers rolled onto the track for a practice where some of them got their first taste of sprint car action. I took the opportunity to have a word with a few of them afterwards to see how they were feeling ahead of the big race, the race that had finally arrived.
So Cole Armstrong, Brad Lane had their very first race in a sprint car here at Harrisville, Wing Thunder 10. And from the get-go, Brad has the pedal to the metal, straight on, power on around the outside, feeling that power down the straight. I bet there's a big smile under that helmet. Talk about hold your own in your first few laps, but the 2NZ of Allard is coming up, and I got a funny feeling he's going to give these guys a masterclass at how to race a sprint car. So only to be seen again by the backmark as he passes Cole Armstrong, who has had a very successful start in his first outing in a sprint car.
Just so different in the way of You know, power, instant power, but the understeer as well. So it's where I think I'm coming off throttle too much. And as I'd roll the throttle on, it would pick the ass up and drive out of the corner. So it's just a mental thing of thinking of you know, what I'm doing out there.
Yeah, it's not much time with these tracks to learn the bumps. Like on a tarmac track, you can kind of get a feel for a track over a number of years. You turn up to Speedway, you've got a different track every bloody night.
Well, that was my first ever 12 laps where I actually got to put the throttle down and holy man, they're a handful, but sick. I can't wait for the next heat. I think I'm in heat 4. So, you know, just get the feel of it a bit more. You know, I want to get that understeer out of the car so I can know I can roll the throttle on a bit more. And yeah, definitely start to get faster.
Right, you enjoy it, brother. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Cheers, eh?
Cheers. Brad Lane, sprint car, mate. 4th in your first race.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. How's that adrenaline, mate? Jeez, these things have got some power.
Yeah, man, they're fast, real fast. Obviously took a couple of laps just to get the hang of it. You probably still drive it in a little bit too tough, or, you know, hard like a modified. So just try and iron that out, I guess, over this next heat race and see how we go. But all in all, pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely. So throttle control, as we were talking about that earlier, it's a big part of driving these cars. I notice into turn 3 and 4 there's a great big bump. How tricky is that to get around?
Yeah, obviously in these big old heavy girls over here, you sort of just leave your foot in it and you just run through it and it eventually settles itself down. But these, whew, obviously the hole's got a bit of grip in it because, you know, nobody's really skidding through there. So you get through there and then the whole front's coming off the ground and you don't, obviously never really driven one, so you don't know how far, you know, you can leave your foot in it to sort of still try and keep some pace up and be a little bit out of control, I guess.
Absolutely, mate. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll catch up with you a bit later.
All good. Awesome, guys.
Cheers, man. Thank you. After a hectic official farewell appearance at Bay Park for Graham Skinny Coulson, he decided to roll the sprint car off the trailer one more time to end his 39-year career. The 2-time New Zealand Super Saloon champ, 7-time Super Saloon Grand Prix winner, and the 2-time North Island sprint car champion has decided to hang up his helmet. Will he go out in glory or a whole heap of action? When asked if there was any advice he'd like to pass down to the next generation of race drivers, he said, "Trust in yourself. Believe you can and you will. Be a fantastic ambassador to your sponsors. And finally, surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better." Unfortunately, this final action did not go the way Skinny Coulson wanted. The best part of any major incident like that is seeing the drivers get out. And although it wouldn't be the way that Skinny would have wanted to finish, at least he's not too bad. The car though, Okay, so coming to the end of my amazing day here at Harrisville, Wing Thunder 10, the sprint car guys put on an amazing whole shuffle show. Here's just a little bit of that action, but to see more, get along to G16sport.co.nz or the app, get your subscription. Moving on from the sprint cars, it was the turn of the mini sprints to have their final, and they would not disappoint. Then it was the midgets' turn, and guess who was out in front? Then it was the turn of these winged beasts. With no exhaust, to power around Harrisville, to woo the crowd one more time in their big final, and to check out this final to see who won this amazing event. Get along to G16sport.co.nz or the app to check out all of the action.
Okay folks, that was our trip to Wing Thunder 10. A big thanks to Brent Harris and the team there for putting on such a great show.
And you had a heap of fun there, but mainly because I wasn't there.
Well,
right?
Well, mate, to be honest with you, other than not having you there to carry the gear and all of that sort of stuff, the actual theme for me for the day was the fact that the sprint cars don't have to have exhaust pipes on them. So the roar of those engines through your body and all of that sort of stuff was just absolutely epic.
All I took out of that is that I'm your donkey. But that does sound like a lot of fun.
It certainly does, but how's about our other news, mate?
Our other news is actually very exciting because we have sponsored all of the major modified titles around the country for you. Yeah, so how's that going for us?
Yeah, not good, mate. It's, no.
Yeah, no, they've cancelled the national titles.
Yep, they have. We've cancelled our series.
Series, that's been cancelled. That was a big thing for us, but...
They haven't cancelled summer, mate.
No, they haven't.
They have not cancelled summer, and there's still going to be speedway. As long as the sun is shining, you're going to be able to get out to a track and enjoy some stuff. So Garage 16, we're going to be getting out there and enjoying as much as we can as well. Maybe not so many set dates or plans. We're just going to turn up to whatever we can and bring the fans some entertainment.
It's going to be a bit more fluid, so join us for the ride, because we don't know exactly where we're going to be and when we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere, sometime, somewhere, somehow.
Yep, there is some things we know we're doing though.
Some things.
Well, yeah. Now we know we're doing the Dirt Cup in Auckland, which at the moment is proposed for the 15th of January.
Yes.
Yes. And then later on in March, we've got the Modified Invasion down in Christchurch. That's going to be a biggie.
Yes.
Yes. And we're involved in the Super Stock Invitational at Rotorua.
Yes.
Yes, that's very, very good. And
yeah,
I know you and me, we got tickets to the Team Champ, so we're definitely going to be there. Whether or not we do anything on camera or not, I don't know, but that's somewhere, we're going to be there. Yep. So if you see us, come and say hello, because
or don't.
No, okay.
Or don't say hello.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Back to you in the studio. Well, that's just some of the stuff that we've got coming up later in the season for Garage 16 that we will be bringing to you.
Right, let's get ourselves back to Harrisville to see how Vince went in his Mitsubishi Colt.
It had taken us a lot longer to get to Harrisville Speedway than we had anticipated, but we were there with my Colt to prove a point. And now it was finally time to get out on the track.
Let's go do this. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I know. It goes through your bones, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're a bit jealous there, mate.
Oh, honestly, no. This is outstanding.
All right. Let the dirt fly. Whoa.
The stands were full to witness history in the making, and it was time to take my place at the start line.
All right. Hold on to your face. There goes my nitrous. Whoa! Holy crap! Oh! Yeah, sliding through the apex there. I'm a stallion. I'm a stallion. Oh my gosh! One more lap. One more through the corners. Oh, to the other side. Oh, this is just what a stock car drivers and modified drivers thinking. All you need is a Mitsubishi Colt. Yes! Yes! Number one! Yes! Yes! Woohoo! Yes! Beautiful! Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I'll be here all weekend. Thank you. Number one! Yeah! I just got my lap times in, and you won't be surprised to know that I blitzed the field. In fact, I set a lap record. I beat the lap record like there was no record in the first place, because there was no record for a Mitsubishi Colt. So I'm the record holder for Harrisville Speedway in a Mitsubishi Colt. Don't ask how long it took though.
Mate, you did really well.
Oh, I did really well today, because that's not exactly what you said on the footage that I caught of you after I'd just gone around the track a few times. So how about we watch that?
No, that'll be it.
He could have binned it or something.
Yeah, I know. I told him to let me do it. It's all good. He's our version of Captain Slow anyway, so...
Oh, cock. See, I bet you didn't even realise that you were recording that, so what do you have to say for yourself?
What I have to say for myself, mate, is you were slower than a snail on crutches, you were slower than a herd of turtles trying to run through peanut butter, you were slower than a super stock running on diesel, you were slower...
Yeah, okay, mate, I get it, but I can't have been that bad, because I was headhunted by a modified racing team the very same day. So, let's take a look at that.
So Wayne and Jason Evely saw me out of the Mitsubishi Colt and thought this guy is real talented. So they've decided, let's give him a go in the 11R modified. And I was like, yeah, it's after the Mitsubishi Colt, mate, that's child's play. So I'm about to head out of modified for the first time at Harrisville. I'm going to show these guys how to do it, I reckon. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm finally part of a race crew. It's only taken a couple of years until someone noticed me. I just hope I don't melt their tyres with my speed.
It was while climbing into the modified that I realised the Mitsubishi Colt was far easier to get in and out of. And the Colt had a few more luxuries that this modified just simply did not have.
Doesn't have air conditioning like the Colt.
Okay, so well, right back up and lock it in.
And with that push start, I was off to show them how it was done. I finally made it onto the track, and I did not disappoint. No, that wasn't me. This is me.
Holy crap, that was just...
So how do I think it compared to the Colt?
So, it's only a little bit peppier than the Colt, just a little bit.
At 25% throttle.
What?
Did you know they went green?
Shut up, man. It felt fast. Was it really slow? He asked me if it was green. Oh. It felt like I was going sideways. Not sideways, huh?
No.
Oh.
You were turning.
Oh. Was I holding everyone up? No, they went around the outside.
No, they went around the outside.
Those little 15-year-old kids.
Oh, what? Oh, man.
You did well, mate. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, mate.
So I might not have killed it out on the track, but I was determined to finish in style.
Yeah, it's quite hard work, eh? No, but I've come to the conclusion that I suppose the Mitsubishi Colt isn't the best thing to drive on a dirt track. This thing does it a little bit better. So, yeah, I think modifieds are the winner on the day.
All jokes aside though, I thought I was going really well in that modified. Like, I actually thought I was going sideways in those corners and I was setting lap records. I thought I was going to come back into the pits and people were going to be like, Vince, you're so amazing, you missed your calling in life. But it wasn't like that at all. It was embarrassing, frankly, but you've driven a modified as well. So how did you find it?
I can tell you, I've had a go on a modified and exactly the same thing for me. I really thought I was going really, really well, but I just wasn't. I was going really, really slow because those wings on the top of the car, they're what generate the downforce. So you've got to go faster and faster to make it happen. And I just didn't have it.
Yeah, no, I think being in a modified, both of us, we have a new appreciation for the sport that we're following, basically, is what we're trying to say.
I think so, yes.
Anyway, that's been the first episode of Dishing the Dirt, and we have plenty of stuff coming up in later shows. So let's see what's going to be that.
That's going in.
So that's been the first episode of Dishing the Dirt, and we have had a great time bringing it to you, and we can't wait to bring you more. So let's see what's coming up. Don't you dare miss any of that awesome action that we're going to be bringing to you. And to make sure that you don't, check us out on our social media platforms, being the Facebook, the TikTok, the Instagram, and also check out G16 Nation, where everything's going to be happening. And go to our g16sport.co.nz webpage, where you can watch all of our videos on demand.
Well, that's it from us, folks. See you in the dirt.